the engine running.
Right.
Click that lever down.
With the clutch, or just put it down.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.
Okay. Fun? It's a lot better, isn't it? Well, good morning YouTubers, and today, bit of a surprise, we're riding the R18 BMW Cruiser, bit of a beast. It's a beautifully engineered motorcycle, big cruiser, 90 horsepower, and wait for this, 150 newton meters of torque at 3000 rpm, so it pull a Panzer tank out of a hole. It's a beautifully made thing, comes in at around 21 grand, a bit more maybe. You get the screen, you get the panniers. It's called the R18 Classic, and it's a really different machine. Once you've got it on the move, you don't feel the massive weight that it has. It's got that beautiful, huge 1800cc boxer engine that sticks out on either side. Now the only criticism I would have of that is that your legs are not really in a cruiser position. But you certainly feel special riding one. It's got oodles of torque. You don't really have to rev this thing, it just pulls like a train. Quite a nice sound from the engine. It's in the sport mode. It's got 3 modes: rock, roll and rain, which I think's quite amusing. So we're in the more sporty mode. The roll, I reckon, would be the cruiser type mode where you're just ambling down the motorway. So first impressions, mirrors are fine, engine vibrates a lot on tick over, you rev it up, you really feel the torque, the whole bike moves. It's a huge 1800cc air cooled and oil cooled, horizontally opposed engine. It's certainly got a character. Windscreen standard, panniers are standard, paint is standard, it gets a metallic, really looks nice, very nice motorbike, and so it should be for the money. My knees are quite high up compared to say a Harley Road King, but as I say, I think you'll get used to it. It's not an unpleasant place to sit. And we are trundling along at 20 mile an hour in second gear, sweet as a nut, really is a nice ride. Got cruise control, you've got a little computer but no fuel gauge, just gives you a reading when you're getting close to empty, I guess. But the way it picks up is amazing. Nice shaft drive on it, it's a beautifully engineered shaft drive. Has heated grips on this model. I don't know whether they're standard or not. And it also has a reverse gear, which is interesting. So we're going to try that out, and I would imagine you need it because this bike is no lightweight to move around, although all the weight's low. The reverse gear, there's a little lever which we'll show you later. Okay, so we push down the lever, we'll start the engine to begin with.
Now it's heavy,
Start the engine. Push down the lever. Now comes up on the lever. But it weighs, I think, about 345 kilos, so it ain't light. The gear's got that reassuring clunk. So we just had to stop to have a quick chat. We're thundering along at 55 in fourth. Miles an hour in fifth. Wind the power on, and it certainly picks up, and you're up to 70 mile an hour before you know it. With a pleasant little whistle to the gearbox. Now the one thing I would say I found, because of the boxer engine, getting onto the brake pedal, you tend to just scuff your foot on the underneath of the cylinder there. I suppose it's something you get used to. Switch gears, very simple. Cruise control is the typical BMW. Push that out the way, set it where you want, and that's fine, and off you go. Really good. There's a menu button for the little computer. Got a mode button, light button, horn button, hazard warnings, starter button. It's quite a, you feel the weight as you're going around the corner. So it's running really well. There's quite a vibration coming through the bars. It seems to smooth out the faster you go. Nice looking down on those two big flipping cylinders though. You get a little wary of them as you put it into the corner. I'm sure you'd have to go quite a long way before they drag. Initially I didn't really like the position of the floorboards, foot pegs, but I'm getting used to it now. I need a different seat maybe to give me a bit more support, more like of a saddle type seat that came up between your legs a little bit, like the Road King, and you probably feel a bit more secure on it. But like I say, it's quite a stable bike. You can take your hands off and it still runs nice and straight. But it's a fun bike to ride, it really is. It really is nice. Like I say, there are not a lot of bad motorcycles in the world today. But as a cruiser, this would certainly stand out. It's such a different looking bike, I think. And like I say, it's so well engineered. Got a nice reassuring clunk as you change gear, which I would imagine with all this torque you need a pretty strong gearbox. Here we go into a roundabout and you really feel the weight a little bit, but it's not, you know, you can really flash it through the gears and off it goes. I do like the colour and I like the pinstriping. All done by hand, I believe, in Berlin built, the speedometer says. Could call it the Berlin Bomber. But yes, it's certainly got road presence. So I suppose the question would be, would you buy this or buy Harley Davidson, Road King, Classic, or buy an Indian? So yeah, it'd be a difficult decision because there's so many good bikes in this class. Say you've got the Road King, got the Indian Chief, and I've ridden, I don't know, a Road King, I loved it. Ridden an Indian, I love that. I ride this bike, I love that. So it'd be a very, very difficult decision. The thing that this wins out on is it's totally different with this engine. As I say, you'd be loath to put crash bars on it because you would spoil the look of the bike. You could you go touring on it? Well, of course you could. yeah, it's kind of a relaxed, just set the cruise control, and there we go, it's just set. Just pull the brake and it goes off. I do like that simple instrumentation though, no fuss, just what you need to know. Would prefer a fuel gauge though, although knowing BMW, I'm not going to get into the computer today, but I'm sure they'll give you a good warning when you need to get fuel in it. I do thank Richard and Tony at Bowker Motorrad for allowing me to test this mighty machine. I'll give you some more facts on it when we do another walk around. But like I say, the big question is, would I buy this over a Road King or an Indian? I don't know, is the answer. They've all got their merits. I think for me the Road King is a little bit more comfortable. And here we are looking at the R18 Cruiser in a nice red, leather panniers, huge BMW Boxer engine, 91 horsepower, 3 modes, rock, roll and rain. You've got to give BMW credit for the fun modes. It's a lovely looking thing, well engineered, beautiful chrome tailpipes on it, and that massive 1800cc Boxer engine, air and oil cooled, sorry, not water cooled, 300mm discs with BMW 4-pot colours, twins on the front, one on the rear, LED spotlights, indicators, windscreen, lovely looking thing, so well engineered. There's the floorboards we were talking about. Gives you like a 90-degree bend on your knee. Beautiful shaft drive. Well engineered. I'll just show you the reverse lever. Down there. Just push it down. Works really well with your hand. As you can see, everything's beautifully engineered, not a wire showing anywhere on the engine. Lovely thing. And a very simple gauge, no fuel gauge, but you do get a warning when you're getting close to the reserve. Fabulous bike. Beautiful to look at. That's the view you get when you sat on it. 2 big cylinders stuck out on the side. But really nice. Okay, let's just put some fuel in, take it back to Bowker Harley Davidson. Talking about Bowker Motorrad. So have I enjoyed my time on the R18? Well, the answer would be yeah, it's a hoot to ride. It's a massive machine and you certainly feel like you're riding something special. It's a very characterful bike. You've got a lot of vibrations going on, torque reaction when you start it up you've got to be aware of, because if you're not it'll throw you into the next county. Well, seriously though, it's not that bad, it's just something that, because of the nature of the boxer engine and the size of it, you've got to be aware of the torque reaction as you fire it up. Good thing is, it's got self-cancelling indicators, always a plus. But yeah, thinking about it, I was thinking about the riding position. I'll probably need the seat that's a little bit higher so that it would lift me into a more, just a slightly higher seating position would help my hips, because at the moment my knees are just slightly higher than my hips, and it's I don't think I'd like to ride a long way like that. Now that's not a problem of the bike, it's a problem of old age. As I say, everything about the bike is quality. I love this pinstriping and white on the red, and again I love the look of the engine, brushed aluminium. It is a piece of sculpture really. It's got a nice rumble to the exhaust note. It's not loud, but when you open it up, there's a nice whine to the gearbox. It does sound like a First World War fighter plane. And when you open it up, it has a nice growl to it. Yeah, I could get used to this bike. It is a lot of money, and I think you'd have to consider long and hard what you're actually buying the bike for. Now, it is supposed to be a cruiser that you can do long miles on. You've got, like I say, you've got decent sized panniers. They have interior bags in them. They're nice leather, and they look really nice on the bike. The exhausts look nice and chrome. As I say, you've got cruise control, you've got rock, roll and rain modes on the engine, all done with this switch here. We've left it in rock all day, and I would ride in that most of the time, I would think, unless it was raining. You'd have to put it in rain mode, I would think, with all the torque of this engine. I'm sure it's got some kind of traction control on it. But it's an easy bike to live with once you get used to the pedal position and the brake lever position, because at first you tend to catch your foot on the engine cylinder, but once you've got used to it, it really does settle down and you feel quite relaxed on it. I don't think I've actually had it in 6th gear yet. And there we go. 6th gear, 40 mile an hour. Slight vibration as you open the throttle. Little cruiser that all day. We open the throttle, plenty of torque, pulls away lovely. So all in all, the BMW R18 Classic, as it's called, it's a heck of a bike, it really is. Thanks to Bowker Motorrad for giving me the opportunity to ride it. I've really enjoyed my time on it. I'm just a motorcycle freak really, I like riding any bike, but when you get a chance to ride a special bike like this, it does kind of make it all the more special. I've wanted to ride this bike ever since it came out. Like I say, they've been refining it over the last couple of years. There's several versions now. You can get the Transcontinental, which is the big cruiser type bike with a full fairing on the front with a big TFT screen in it, sound system, everything. This is just the stripped down, more like the Road King Classic. Nice windscreen. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here on the channel. I hope you like this video, and if you're considering an R18 Classic, I hope it will make you make the right decision. I've enjoyed riding the bike, and I'll catch you in the next one.